welcome to the Rose Hour podcast. And I'm pretty sure you're excited to see this gentleman right here. Because why? It's Chef Eddy!
Hey. Jamaican horns is
right.
critical.
You gotta have the Jamaican horns. And I'm so excited to have you here, sir. You made it here in Navy Yard.
Yes.
I'm sad because there's no tacos. There's not one taco here. There's not a single taco.
Next time, I got you.
Next time there's tacos. But excited to have you here. We're sipping some amazing rosé from one of our dear friends that have been on the show. But we're going to have some more rosé. So there's lots of rosé that's happening. But we're excited to have you to talk about your journey to being a chef. A world-renowned chef at that. So...
Yes, getting there.
Getting there. Okay. So, Chef Eddy, how did you get started?
Man, so... always got to start with grandma, right? Grandma's cooking, to mom's cooking, to my cooking. So I spent a lot of very annoying hours in the kitchen. By annoying, I mean I was the one annoying them. But in between being a hungry kid and trying to see whether or not the food was done, I was always paying attention to like how the food was being made, and I always found it fascinating how much attention to detail my mom paid to what she cooked, how she cooked it, the time it took to prepare, the pre-prep, and over time, I just spent more and more time in the kitchen. So I always found myself making meals that were, I would always say good, but then I realized once I started serving others that I was like, oh, so I kind of got something here. I picked something up, right? I had to get, her approval, so I started cooking a few meals for my mom. This is college days at this point, and whenever I came home from a break, I'm just like, she'd be like, oh, I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm just like, no, let me cook it. And, she would give me some pointers here and there. It's just like, okay, like you're pretty close. Like, okay, like, less salt here, a little more sugar there. But as time progressed, I started realizing like, oh, I'm actually kind of good at this, right? Didn't take it seriously too much in grad school, but once I graduated grad school and I moved to DC, I'm like, yo, let me have a few get-togethers, let me bring people out, and let me cook some basic stuff, right? So your basic stuff is your barbecue, any type of side that you would have at any black function for the most part, mac and cheese, greens, stuff like that. I kept it basic, and I noticed like, yo, again, people really like it. So I'm like, yo, maybe at some point, if I decide to ever leave, the corporate world, I would take this seriously, right? Here comes COVID. Here comes being sick of corporate America, dealing with ridiculous people at work, and then just being profoundly stressed out. So I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do in terms of doing something different, something a little more healthy in terms of my own physical being, my own spiritual being, mental being. And I was like, yo, maybe this is the leap pad that you need to go into business for yourself and see what this food thing is about. And I did that. Wow. So here I am, officially 2 years doing this catering, chef, all the above thing, and it's been great. A lot of very tough lessons. There's still so much to learn. It's an industry that you cannot take your eye off of because there's always something coming out that you got to learn about. But it's not just cooking also. So I always have to consider how I market, how I reach out and keep in touch with people. So that way they're always familiar with where I am, where I'm doing things. As a private chef, I really get to spend a lot of time with people, figuring out what are some of their needs. Very popular right now, well, it kind of has been for the last 5-7 years, is veganism. Mm-hmm. So there's some vegan things that I was like trying to stay away from, but I'm like, yo, like I got to dive into this market because everybody's in it right now. So I learned, some pretty basic vegan things, and then I've learned to make some pretty exceptional dishes with it. And then overall, I provide an experience, right? So you mentioned Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is like my marquee thing. I make extraordinarily strong margaritas.
Ah, I love a good margarita.
Right? So my margaritas, people know, it's just like, yo, yeah. I make sure people get hit over the head with the margaritas. But I also play around a lot with tacos, right? So my tacos are unique. I like to do different types of protein and seafood tacos. So if you've ever had a lobster taco.
So me personally, I'm vegetarian.
Right, okay.
So nah.
That's been on the menu, right? I think this year I might do some crab tacos. I might do, a combination of things. There's a jerk salmon taco that's very popular. My vegan taco is off the chain. People love it. So, in terms of like playing around and kind of engaging different flavors with different proteins, there's a lamb taco that I do. Like, these are things that you don't normally hear people make tacos with. It's just like, what? Like lamb, lobster? Like, right? But it makes it intriguing, and I bring the music element. You gotta have some music, you gotta have some turn up, right?
Right.
Vibes.
Vibes.
We got tacos, we got tequila, you know what I'm saying? You might throw down on some trap music, like, why not, right? And you have
tacos,
a really good time.
Tequila, and trap.
Yeah, why not?
The 3 T's that are essential on a Tuesday.
So, outside of the journey to get here, I try my best to provide an atmosphere where it's just like, yo, if you're coming off of work, you're tired as hell, you want to be around some good energy, some good people, some good food and liquor, I'll provide that. So, yeah.
I see what you're doing, and I see, like, someone just asked, do you have any specialty tacos? And yes, you went into the lamb, the lobster, the vegan.
Yeah.
You do all these things. And then also on top of that, you have on a tired Tuesday, tacos, tequila, and turn up with trap music. Yeah. Lots of T's and alliteration right there. Yeah. I feel like you need to make some sort of like, I don't know. I think I got something right there for you branding wise.
If you are ever twerking at a brunch table, you'll probably twerk at Taco Tuesday.
Twerking Taco Tuesdays with tequila. Come on.
That's a lot, but we'll see if we throw it in the mix.
I'm just saying. And somebody else said Triple T Tuesday. I'm just saying. Triple T Tuesday. I'm just saying. We're putting it out there in the atmosphere. It's happening.
Yes,
it's happening.
Why not?
Okay, so you created this whole vibe for people, and it started at a young age, watching and paying attention in the kitchen. You really were just attentive, watching your mom, but then you went and did the corporate thing, COVID happened, and you created your own business. One thing I heard you say that I don't think you really broke down was you're a personal chef as well. Yeah. So what does that mean? Because personal chef.
Yeah, so
because I can't cook.
Can't cook at all?
I mean, we're not going to go here. This is not about me.
I just made a client. Let's we'll talk after that.
This is not about me, but
yeah. So that includes meal prep. I have had corporate clients. So let's say one recently that I did in Arlington, Virginia. I fed their different buildings. So this is a property management organization in low-income housing, very beautiful housing, very nice buildings. So we did a 6-week program. They told me the menu for each week, and I executed, right? So there's specific catering that I do. If you want to be on an individual basis, you have a diet training goal. I run you through a consultation. You tell me what your goals are, your allergies, where you're trying to cut things at, and I cook according to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, let's throw it out there. Let's see if you hit a home run.
Yeah.
Vegetarian.
Yes.
Allergic to peanuts. Yeah. Tree nuts, pine nuts, coconuts, all those things. Yeah. Want to eat healthier. Mm-hmm. Does not like anything that looks like meat.
Right.
What's a meal that you can just hook up? Can't be tacos because I love tacos.
No. I usually use Impossible as a base in regards to any type of vegan protein. But outside of that, you can utilize several different types of fruits to supplement the protein. And then it's a matter of what you're trying to do, right? Do you want to do a veggie, rice mixture situation? Do you want to do a pasta? Pastas, I'll look out for vegetable type pastas. Make sure I'm using or making it from scratch, any type of sauce that doesn't have any milk, wheat, nuts, right? No dairy. and then make sure that it's aligned with whatever goal you have, right? So I want to do this particular type of meal because I want to cut 5, 6, 7 pounds or whatever, right? We'll do all the above. We'll make sure that we weigh the food so you know that you're eating X amount of calories, and then support your program, right? I can also speak to your personal trainer so you're not cheating, right?
Well, sometimes accountability doesn't have to be that
right.
accountable,
Having your Chef Eddy prepared exclusive vegetarian meal, and then you sneak it in some Shake Shack, and we're gonna have a problem.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a community, it's a village. So I'm gonna hit up your trainer like, yo, she got this meal today. She's doing great. Yeah, but she had Shake Shack. See, now we all got to get on you.
Whoa.
We got to be prayer warriors about your meals and your food to make sure that you hit that goal, right? But that's the type of thing. Like again, communication, meeting with folks, and just being connected. I think the biggest thing that this has taught me is just even being more so connected. I always think that connections and how you network with people is beyond more important than whatever money's in your pocket or whatever you think is in a goal that you've achieved. Like there's no limit to where people who believe in you can push you and push you and push you. And yes, that comes with obviously more money, right? More engagement, that type of thing. But one thing about my events is just like meeting new people. I met several contracts at Taco Tuesday while they were sloppy drunk, right? And they having to not forget me and send me in. Hey man, like I really had a good time.
That taco was taco.
We want to bring you in. They'll throw some spectacular numbers my way. I was like, yeah, I think I can fit you in.
we'll work around some things. Okay, so
yes.
With Taco Tuesday, you bring up margaritas,
Yeah.
and you're like, your margaritas be margarita.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Right.
Because this is not the rosé hour if we're not talking about wine and spirits, right?
Right.
And everybody knows that I love me a wine and or spirit.
Right.
How do you pair your margaritas with the tacos? Is it like just one type of margarita? Are they like, we got a spicy this week going with the lamb? Like, how do you do your tacos and margaritas?
So I do try to switch it up. I recently started playing around with some jalapeno flavoring, depending on a few people who just like an extra kick to their drinks. For the holiday season, I did coquito.
Yes!
Coquito. So
if you are one of
in the DC area, you ever want some coquito? Once Thanksgiving rolls back around,
and it's only seasonal. Okay, you gotta talk about coquito. I know we gotta like pause for the cause. We know we're talking about margaritas, but you gotta talk about that because I think a lot of people don't know. And it's Black History Month, but it is an Afro-Latino drink. As a fellow Afro-Latino, so to our people,
right?
What is that delicious beverage that is seasonal?
It's a traditional Puerto Rican drink. It encompasses all the coconut flavoring you could think of. Usually rum, right? It's up to you whether or not you want to use a light or a dark rum. I like all dark liquor, so I use a dark rum. But then there's a unique way to make it, right? So you can make it cold, you can make it warm, you can make it over time. Like it's different ways to do it. The way in which I do it, which I don't want to share, but
just give us like the E True Hollywood Story version that you would sell.
E True Hollywood Story, I would say it's profoundly strong, and I would call my coquito like hide and go seek. It'll sneak up on you.
Okay.
Right? So like you sipping like, oh, this is really good. I always tell people with my drinks, yo, sip slow. Like I'm not carrying you to your car or trying to send you in an Uber home. Just like, we're all adults, you're responsible for yourself, but I just want to let you know that this beverage may put you on your ass.
It's a holiday season. You want to make it to the new year.
Yes, basically.
Okay, that's what you're trying to do.
That's a great disclaimer, yes.
Okay,
yes,
all right. I get. Yeah. We want to make it with the same amount of people in the population from this year to next.
Yes.
Don't do nothing foolish.
But it's the same consistency in terms of strength, but also flavor.
Okay.
So I don't sacrifice the flavor in the strength, right?
Okay.
So you'll go to a place and the drink is amazing, awesome, right? You'll go to another place and it's just like, ugh, like what is this, right? It's either too much or too little. So I make sure to take my time making those beverages, and then you find out like, yo, every time he does these drinks, there's a consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, now you know. So when the holiday season comes around, coquito is what you want.
Yeah.
Find your resident Afro Latino, Latina. They will put you on. Yes, that's. Yeah. So going back to margaritas, because now we're in margarita season.
Yes.
You're playing around with jalapeno flavors.
Right.
And you're pairing that with your tacos.
Yeah.
Now, do you do like tropical flavors like in the spring and summer, or is it still like that spicy mix you're doing?
No, it's not always spicy. So yeah, some of them tend to be a little bit more fruity.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's I'm going to introduce. I've made it before, but yeah, I don't know if people are ready for it yet.
Put
Very
the
strong.
flavor out there. What's the flavor? What's the flavor?
Man, I don't know if folks are ready for this one.
Is it guava?
No, it's not guava. It's not guava. This is dark. It's purple.
Blackberry margarita?
Mm-hmm. It's not a margarita.
What is it?
It's a lusty.
Is it Hennessy?
It'll get you right. No, I don't.
What's it say?
I don't do Hennessy. No. But it is a mix of a couple of berries.
Okay.
And yeah, I had a few people sample it.
Okay.
Profoundly strong.
Okay.
Profoundly amazing.
And it pairs with the tacos.
Pairs with anything. I'll pair also with a steak too. So this is something that I like. Yeah, this is more poured in a glass, but profoundly strong. Yeah. Haven't introduced it like big time yet. I wasn't like trying to introduce it here, but like we're talking about it. But, yeah.
We here now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be something that you're going to present to the masses for Taco Tuesday. People gonna want it.
Yes.
Get excited. It's going to be dark liquor.
Yeah.
It's going to be delicious. It's going to be able to be paired with tacos. More important, the steak tacos.
Yeah.
And people are going to be like, I've got to make sure I balance food and drink.
Yes.
Because I want to make sure I make it to work on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That. Okay, so with these margaritas, you know, I know you said that like you like to make sure. I love talking about liquor, as you see.
Yeah.
What is your sort of like tequila that you are like go to for? And this is no endorsements or sponsorship. We do not have any sponsorship dollars.
No.
But like, is it like a Reposado?
Yeah.
Is it a Blanco? Añejo? Like, what is yours?
So the deepest one is Añejo. So I use an Añejo base.
Okay.
Yeah. So Añejo gives you that sneak up on you feeling, right? Because it's extremely strong, but it's extremely...
I noticed something. I don't mean to cut you off like Noriega does in Drink Champs. We had a conversation about that earlier.
Yeah.
But I noticed you keep saying sneak up on.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna work on some other narratives.
Yeah.
Can't keep saying.
No, not like that. I get where you're going with it. No. But
it doesn't mean that, people.
It doesn't mean no, not at all.
It just comes in with a great
right, it's a Sprite, right? No, but it's great in that way of like how there's layers to the drink, right? Okay. So Añejo is profoundly strong. It's very, very smooth, right? So in pairing it with a different type of flavor, or if I want to throw some berries in the drink or what have you, or if I want to spice it up with a jalapeno, I'm able to do that again without compromising the flavor, right? So sometimes making these drinks takes me a while because I do large batches. So I got to make sure the flavor is all around there.
So when you say large batches,
right?
Is this anywhere between what serves like 30?
Yeah. So let's say I usually put them in 12-ounce bottles, fill them all the way to the top. So let's say for my next Taco Tuesday, it's going to be on the 21st. I'll probably make about 50 margaritas.
And they're basically like handmade.
Handmade. Everything's handmade.
Wow.
Everything's handmade. Tacos handmade, drinks handmade. So yeah.
And you you have staff that help support this, or?
That's what I guess makes Chef Eddy more special. Just do it all by myself right now. Like I've had larger events. I did a contract with Remy Martin, and I had to hire people for that because it was a lot. So it depends on the event.
Wow. This is incredible. We have a black business owner here, y'all, during Black Business Month, or Black History Month, if you will, talking about all the amazingness of Tacos Tuesdays, being a chef, and pairing with alcohol, which is something that I adore. And I'm hoping that you're pairing with Black-owned wine and spirits during this month.
Yeah, so I push for that more and more as I begin to flourish in the space. I want to work with more Black-focused businesses, Black-oriented businesses, Black-owned businesses. Even if it's not immediately tied to food, I've been in spaces where they're highlighting small businesses. So connect with folks. If you're selling whatever, it's just like, yo, bring a table, hang out, do your thing. What I mean? I don't look at it as it taking away from my shine or my money or anything like that. Especially if we're not selling the same thing. It's just like, here's a Black business owner, they're doing their thing. I wanted to highlight them. Let's work it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all here getting money together. Yeah. There's bags for everybody. I just do my offer. You get a bag. You get a bag. You get a bag. Okay. So we're coming up to a Taco Tuesday. Like last year, everybody was excited that Cinco de Mayo was on Taco Tuesday, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now Valentine's Day is falling on Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
People are looking for pairings, whether it's a wine or a spirit, but it's still Taco Tuesday.
It still is.
And you're Taco Tuesday king, next to LeBron.
Yeah.
So what can people look forward to or able to do if they're like a special loved one that they have in their life, and they want to have a Taco Tuesday and do some sort of specialty taco pairing for someone?
I would say choose your favorite wine. Let's say for Valentine's, I'd probably do a duck taco.
Duck.
Right? So that's very unique. You would trim the fat. I would saute it, very, very light salt because it's not necessary for duck. And then sear it to, your own type of flavor, whatever sauce you want to use. It doesn't need much. You can either use flour tortilla or hard shell.
Go with the flour tortilla.
Always go with the flour, especially for duck. It just pairs better, and that would be something I would do on the romantic end. You're eating what's considered a high end protein. Duck can be expensive. If you ever been to the market trying to buy duck, it's expensive. But then also it's a little something different. If you don't want to do the $400 or $500 Valentine's dinner at RPM or one of these places, why not spend $50 to $100 at home
with Daffy,
watching Netflix and call it a night, Valentine's, because you ain't gonna watch that movie anyway.
My mother may be watching this. Betty,
I'm just saying,
Betty people will be watching the movie. Betty.
That little "Are you still watching?" is gonna pop up, and
That is not. My mom always says, "Click yes."
Yes, click yes.
You're watching. Right. You want to continue the movie.
Sure.
The series. You want to know what happened at the end. You want to know. Okay, so what about if you wanted to do some sort of tequila, or some people want to take it up a notch. Maybe they're at that level where they're like, we are turning up on this Taco Tuesday, Valentine's Day. They're the turn up couple. They're like, we don't want no wine. Yeah. We want tequila. Tequila is what we want.
So I would absolutely go for non-name brand tequilas. And here's why. Non-name brand.
Go into a little more about what that means.
So you want to go into certain tequila brands, and of course do your research, that are not simply just strong but profoundly smooth.
Okay.
Right? You want to look at the age of the tequila, right? So you want to know how long this tequila has been refined, right? What part of usually Mexico does the tequila come from, right? Because based on the atmosphere of where the tequila comes from, provides the level of taste you're going to get, right?
Right.
And usually they're not names that you will find at the club with the girls with the sparklers bringing it out.
So what you're trying to say is don't go for, per se, I don't know, they ain't going to sponsor me anyway, Casamigos.
Yeah, not even a fan of like.
I don't. Okay.
I've had it.
Let's do it.
Just, yeah.
I'll go for it. I don't care.
I'm not a fan.
I don't like Casamigos. It's overpriced.
It's beyond overpriced,
and it's not good. Like it is disgusting, to be honest.
I would say the Kirkland brand tequila.
I will get down with the Kirkland
better
tequila.
Than Casamigos.
I will do
by
Kirkland.
far.
I will also do Los Hermanos tequila, which is a Baltimore-based.
Los Hermanos is good.
Baltimore-based, black-owned, as we're in Black History Month,
yeah.
or Tequila with Friends, black-owned.
Black-owned.
They are out of Texas,
yeah.
and they're like your fraternity brothers, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they're cute.
Oh, shout out to the judge.
Yes.
Los Lobos, which shout out to LeBron breaking the record, so he's the owner of that. Like, there's a lot of
I don't like LeBron. I'm
tequila.
from Chicago.
I don't like him from New York either. But I gotta give due where it's due. It's all good. It's all good.
And even Kevin Hart's tequila is decent.
I haven't had it.
It's decent.
It's decent.
Carmino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's decent.
Okay.
It's decent. I mean, I'm not gonna pay the Kevin Hart price, but if it's someone sending it to me to take a shot at the bar, I'll do it.
Okay.
But no, I'm not gonna buy bottles.
Michael Jordan's tequila's pretty good.
Anything Jordan brand, I'm for.
I forget the name of it, but it has that beautiful bottle. I forget the name of it, but it's good. It's good.
And also, the one with the bell on top, Azul.
What is that? Oh, Azul. Mm-hmm.
I can do without.
We're gonna pray on it.
I can do without. I like the bell.
We're gonna pray on it, yeah.
I like the bell.
Yeah.
But okay, go ahead.
But
anyway, Kirkland though.
But either way, like some of your off-brand stuff is profoundly better than some of the stuff you see, the billboards and commercials and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Of course. I mean, it's the rosé hour, so you're supposed to turn so you don't spill.
Oh, yes.
I just learned that.
Put my pinky up, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Valentine's tequila. What would you pair with a tequila and a taco side?
And a taco side.
So, like, I want to know, like, what kind of taco would you put with a tequila, añejo, margarita, and then also, like, would you have, like, a side dish as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my most profoundly requested side dishes are these smoked Brussels sprouts that I do.
Ah.
Yes. When I say, like, people are like, yo, all the time, don't ever forget. I've been praised for these smoked Brussels sprouts, right? It's a recipe I learned from a couple of people who smoke meats, and they showed me one time how to do it with vegetables, right? Smoked vegetables. So you're talking charred Brussels sprouts, dripping in, depending on type of oil you want to use, but a couple of seasonings. It's such a basic recipe, you would be like, wow, like it's that easy to make, but the only thing is you gotta have patience with it and also know when to take it out. So it's a veggie, so you don't want to burn it.
Right.
But yeah, that's usually the number one go-to side that I do. But in terms of a taco pairing, tequila, Valentine's Day, I would also do something smoked. I would either do a smoked pulled pork or a smoked chicken.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if I'm doing any other red meat, people love beef, so if you want to fancy it up, I would do a tenderloin, something boneless, something soft, chop that up, usually sear it, a couple of different seasonings. I might throw that under a little bit of white wine, just absorb all of that. I usually do that as well as, let's say, like a jerk chicken, maybe. You want to throw that in there, maybe do a little bit of Ray Nephews in the mix, so your tacos are just a little bit fiery.
Okay. I don't know what that even means, but
so
spicy.
Ray Nephew, Jamaican liquor, yeah. So
I come from people who don't drink for real.
Oh, okay. When I say like Ray Nephew, like I mean like I don't know. Ray Nephew is that liquor that everybody got that uncle that just be smelling like you can smell him.
Oh no!
Walking into the family reunion.
I come from a very Christian family.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They be drinking, I'm sure.
My family is very Christian.
It depends. Like again, and this is me, so I like to experiment with stuff like that. So those are more if I'm being bougie with the protein. I don't know taco. Like why not? Again, like I think what makes that particular event unique with doing tacos is just that I throw stuff together. People are like, damn, I didn't know you could do that with a taco. I was like, bro, you can do anything with a taco. As long as it's good. But then it's like you got to know.
I'm here for anything with a taco.
Too. Yeah, like so as long as you make it flavorful, you don't sacrifice, the consistency of it. Yeah, you can make a taco out of most things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Random question. We're gonna go for it, and I see lots of great conversation here. What about Sol Mezcal? And then George's Tequila. Someone was trying to tell us the name of it. And then just more tequila names. So thank you for telling us the tequila names. We didn't have a clue what the Jordan one was.
Yeah.
But yes, okay. Throwing an audible out here.
Okay.
Randomest taco you made.
Random taco.
And also, you make more food than tacos. I don't want to be putting out there that all you do is tacos.
No,
but just disclaimer. I feel like there should be a disclaimer that pops up. Disclaimer, he does not just make tacos.
No. It's random. I'm not sure. I feel like all these things are random. I just experiment with so much. I don't know. I think at one point each of these tacos was random because just like I personally have never heard of a jerk salmon taco until I started making it, right? Because I visit a lot of taco spots, so I'm like, nobody actually does this, right? So in terms of like certain things being random, like a lamb taco, like that type of stuff is just okay. Like I feel like trying this today. Let me season it in the way that I would season this and see how it goes. Like, and it's just like, I think people like this. I'll make a small batch of it, kind of test it out with a few people. Oh, I love this. You got to do it again. Now I have a new flavor, right? So I think most of the ones I've mentioned so far, at one point, were experiments. So now it's like, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like the $10,000 question, I think, for the day. Have you made a taco with wine?
With wine, yeah. A little splash of something here and there. If I feel like, okay, folks want to really have a good time, or I have a client that's just like, folks are coming from a conference, they really want to get down. I'm just like, okay, let's get them drunk with the food and the liquor. Yeah, so just throw it in there, why not?
Okay. So if someone is looking for your services, they want to hey, we want to have our own Taco Tuesday, or I'm looking for a private chef, or I'm looking to just figure out what it is that I can do with a chef like you. Yeah. How can they connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Easily reachable. The link is dot.card /Chef Eddy. Eddy spelled with a Y. So dot.card /Chef Eddy. Eddy spelled with a Y.
Chef Eddy.
That has my phone number, Instagram, any current menu that I'm doing, and anything else that I throw on there that's current.
Okay, so what is the current menu right now? Let's just segue into that.
We're doing a Valentine's Day menu, so if you don't feel like going out to a restaurant, paying all this money and being a whole bunch of people around, it's not as romantic. I'm doing a Valentine's menu. Whereas I will show up to your place, I will provide the ambiance, provide the food, and allow you and your significant other to have a great time.
Do they have to be significant?
They don't have to be significant. If they're significant for the night, right? Netflix, to them. If you want to, it doesn't matter who it is, right? I have a weekly menu that I do. I tend to change that up every week. So if you just want some wings, sliders, some sides, mac and cheese, basic everyday diner type food. I have that as well. And then I have my events. So if you want to RSVP to Taco Tuesday, you happen to be in the DMV area, check that out. The link. And everything else is on there. So I'm very easy to connect with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about on social media? How can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, so the name is very interesting, but I think it's one that I think is both hilarious but catchy.
I mean, when we were talking about the flyer for this,
I thought it was best to like just introduce it in conversation.
Yeah, because I was just like.
So I always get the reactions I get all the time are hilarious. So I'm like, this is actually a really good name. But yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at GetThisFoodGasm, right? At GetThisFoodGasm. And my slogan is like, look, if you get this foodgasm, we let you know that the food is great. Because if you get there, you already know. The food is explosive. The food is enticing.
I was going to put like a fire flame instead.
Yeah, like,
get this fire.
We all know what that feeling
feels like. And this is finally
like,
with the fire. I do know that. I learned that.
That's the fire?
I learned that.
Yeah.
I may messed it up with like tapping, but I know.
I'm learning something. I've never.
I do know that there's this.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Okay. To all ASL people, I'm so sorry if I messed that up, but I do know this is part of it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. But yes.
Yes.
What is it one more time because I was being extra.
So it's at GetThisFoodGasm. At GetThisFoodGasm.
Okay. Yeah. And in 2 weeks.
Yes.
You are doing a Taco Tuesday here in DC. So,
DC.
Last plug. Where, how do people?
Yeah. So again, on the link, dot.cards/Chef Eddy, Eddy with a Y. The link is on there. I can't immediately reveal the location, but if you get on the link, all the information pops up. Come on through, have a good time. It's grown folks, so you're not running into any type of foolishness. We have a good time. We get turned up. The music, the liquor, the food. It's gonna be a great time. Come on through.
There's tacos, tequila, twerking, trap, all the things as we mentioned early on.
Yes.
The 3 T's for a Tire Tuesday in DC.
Yes. Come on through. And if you're single, a lot of single people come through. So you might meet your hubby, your wifey. You never know.
You never know. Yeah. It might be Tangled Tuesdays that are taken for tacos and tequila that are twerking to tragedies, and that's all I got.
That's a lot of teas.
That's a lot of teas, and this line was catching me with them.
Right.
But want to say thank you, Chef Eddy, for being here. This has been so much fun.
Yes.
I cannot wait to have a vegan, onion-free taco soon.
I got you.
And a margarita that is not too turned up because I have to go to work on Wednesday.
Yeah, I can't promise that, but I got you.
All right. Well, thanks, friends. Don't forget to follow Chef Eddy at
GetThisFoodGasm.
And stay tuned next week because we have another amazing guest next Thursday at 7 p.m. So see you all then.
Exactly.
And this is me getting up to come around because the production person stepped away and I have to do it because I have to get up. But here they come, so I don't have to, so I'm just going to be awkward and shitty. Just hit the X button.